Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Stack and Perpetrator here. Another edition of What's in the Box. For the new viewers, What's in the Box is where LCS purchases go till I have a chance to film it for you. Then I determine if it goes in an album collection, in a box for a permanent stack, or another box for future sell trade or upgrade for gold, if that GSR is working for me. And let's grab this one out. Sometimes you got to get your Christmas shopping done early. I picked this up. It is a U.S. Franklin $half proof set. It only goes from 56 to 63. So this is your more common varieties. It is a pretty cool looking set. I'll show you one thing about this. The case is scratched up. I got these for junk silver prices for the set. So, always happy to pick up proofs at junk price or constitutional price, constitutional bin price. The one I was leery about was this 56 because it doesn't look like a proof. It just doesn't have that reflectivity to it. But we're going to take a close look. We're going to bring the portable scope out, and then PMG does videos and he always says he can't get the magnifier rate, but the loop that I use for my videos that I wore the logo off, I got this loop from Daniel at Coin Help You. I'll leave a link to his channel down below. If he has these listed, I'll actually put the link straight to these. This is a pretty good loop. It has done me very well looking for coins and doing the videos. But let's take a look at this 56, and I'm going to show you. I know this is a proof. There is a scratch on the case that is not on the coin. You can see it's when I turn the case, it's actually, the scratch is actually elevated, and then there's a reflection of it on the coin itself. But let's look at and make sure I'm in the right one. 56. Oh, that was the wrong one. This bonnet, we're going to look at this coin right here. You see how reflective this one is? You know that's a proof. It's like, that's reflective. That's real reflective. That's a proof. It's a proof. You can just see, this is a good example right here, but see how this one just doesn't have that mirror background. I'm going to show you how to, if this isn't a proof, I've got a 56 with full bell lines, and I want to show you this. This is how I know this is a proof. Get this just right. I may have to back it up just a little bit and refocus. Okay, I can tell by how crisp. See how crisp those bell lines are? The three, where's my pointer? See how crisp those bell lines run across there, and there's not a nick nowhere around it. Even the bottom lines, there's no nicks on this coin whatsoever on the bell. And that right there tells me that this is definitely a proof, even though it does not look like the other ones. It stands out like a sore thumb in this set. Even the obverse, it just, like, makes you want to question if this is not a proof. Well, I got one of that's probably MS70 if that's not a proof, but no, it is a proof. That would be, if that didn't come back a 70 as a business strike coins with full bell line, something would be wrong, because I couldn't find a nick nowhere on this coin. I mean, just absolutely clean. But while we got the 56 out here, and some of you may know, if I can get it in the, it's hard with the case. The way you tell, you have to zoom down a little more and refocus. There we go. The way you tell this is a type 2, type 1 is more valuable. But the way you tell a type 2 from a type 1 is these feathers. You count the feathers from the end of the perch right there. So there's, and then they got square tips, but you count them. There's 1, 2, 3. 3 feathers, 3 feathers right there. And they all have square tips. This is a type 2. This is the more common, less valuable. If these feather tips were more rounded and not squared off, and there was 4 of them past the perch, you can see the end of the perch right there. So you don't count the feather right there at the end of the perch. You count the next one. So it's 3 there. If there was 4 and they had rounded tips, then you would have a type 1, which would be the more valuable version of the 56 proof. And then I also checked it. If we look, there's also a Bugs Bunny variety of the 56. I am pretty confident this one is not. That generally you get the little lines right here. They're actually clash marks. Just like the 55 is the more popular with the Bugs Bunny, but you get the little clash marks. He either looks like he has fangs. They call it the Bugs Bunny, but it actually, at his mouth, it looks like he has fangs. Another thing a lot of people don't realize is a lot of the years, it's not just the 55 that has the Bugs Bunny in your the regular business strikes. Because it's a clash, any year, and not all years, but many of the years actually have a Bugs Bunny variety. It's just most people don't know about them. They only know about the famous one, which is the 55. But not all the years, but all the years had the potential to have that because of the clash. So something you might want to look out for, especially if you have the BU versions, is look for that. Look for the. I should have brought one. I should have brought my. I have like 4 versions of the 55 Bugs Bunny. I should have brought that out, or one of them out, to show you in this video. But you can look back at my, if you go to my playlist for my Franklins, I have a couple of videos showing those. And then just for good old sake, I'll give you a loop version of those tail feathers there. You can see here in the loop, there are 3 past the perch. They have squared off ends. So this is a type 2, where if they were rounded and there was 4 and they had rounded ends, it would be, and you can see how the squared off they are on the left, and then look at the ones on the right. See how they got rounded, more rounded tips? If you had rounded tips and 4 tail feathers to the left of that perch, we would be looking at the more expensive variety. Look at those belt lines. Yeah, that's how I immediately, because we were questioning whether it was a business strike or if it was a proof, and when I looked in there and saw how crisp those bell lines were, and no coin dings, I mean nowhere is there a ding on this. That would be a nice, that would have been a nice surprise to get a business strike with clean bell lines like that. But anyways, let me know your thoughts down below. I enjoy reading your comments. I try to respond to everybody. Sometimes I'm a couple days late. Just depends on my work and what I'm doing. But I will respond to all comments. So let me know your thoughts. And I will see you in another video.